Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of the second reproduction. So, let's jump right back in. Lizette gave a weak laugh, and as I gazed into his eyes, I felt a flicker of deja vu. Princess! Huh? I think I felt like this before. I'd felt something similar last time. A horrid, chilly sensation not long before Lizette left my side. What is it? I feel like I'm about to remember something whenever I look into his eyes. Eyes that seem to be pitying me. Are you okay, Princess? Are you feeling unwell, or... Don't worry, Lizette. I'm a bit tired right now, but I'm sure I'll feel better after a good long walk with you. Maybe, but it might be best for you to stay in the castle. I'm fine, really. Come on, we should get going. I had to be careful with what I said around Lizette, considering what happened last time. I really wanted to know why he left me back then, but even if I asked, I knew he wouldn't tell me. He was determined to protect something, to the point where he'd take his secret to the grave. Lizette was a stubborn person just like me. Princess! Your hand. Oh! Sorry, I didn't realize. Was I getting too nervous? I grabbed onto Lizette's hand without realizing. I tried to let go, flustered, but he held onto it. As I glanced up at him, he gave a teasing smile and whispered, "Let's stay like this for the rest of the day, okay?" You don't want to? No, I do. It's all right. But even so, walking around in public like that felt really embarrassing. As I fretted over what I just brought on myself, I heard a giggle come from the man beside me. It is a little embarrassing, isn't it? Oh, really? I'm not embarrassed at all. We've held hands plenty of times during our past missions, haven't we? True, but we've never held hands like this before, have we? Princess, your cheeks look red. It's just the glare of the evening sun. Yeah, I suppose it is. A time will come in the future where our hands will fall away from one another. But until then, I cherished the moment as we slowly walked down the sloping street together. Alright, let's go to the pub. Oh, that's right. I wonder if I have something Lizette might like. We're just gonna talk for right now. Whoa! Look at those clothes! She'll catch a cold like that. Really? I thought men loved clothes like that. Well, I prefer clothes that aren't too revealing on a girl. What kind of clothes do you like? Military uniforms, I guess. That's so tacky. Really? I love the way they look. Hey, where are you looking? My apologies, Princess. I can assure you I wasn't looking in your direction. Huh. So, even if I wore your favorite military uniform, you wouldn't like it? That's not what I meant. It's not that I like military uniforms. It's just like it, or I just like it when you wear, I'm teasing you, don't worry. You prefer them conservative, don't you? That's right. Just as I thought, Princess, you really do know me best. I know, right? Alright, let's go to the courtyard now. Oh, what the hell do I do? Isn't that... I have no idea what kind of presents a girl likes. I'll never win the contest. Fine. I'll go with this doll. Girls like dolls, right? If only Granddad Raviel were around. He'd know what to get her. It's that doll made to look like me. Would a girl really want something like that as a present? I don't think he'll win with that. Hey, you! Is something wrong? Are you that champion everyone keeps talking about? I don't know much about talking, but I'll give you a word of advice. Don't get her that doll. Then what should I give her? Let's see. How about something she can put in her hair? Girls love those sorts of things. But I went to the grocery shop earlier. They said they'd sold out. I've got one. How about you give me the doll in exchange? Really? You will? Yes, I'd rather have the doll, to be honest. Thank you so much. I'll give it my all. I'll be cheering you on, mate. Now, what should I do with this doll? Okay, Courtyard Again. Okay, where should I go? Yay, that's so cute! Wait, I recognize that voice. I had no idea there were so many cute dresses in the Demon Kingdom. Oh, I want that one too. But please slow down, Your Highness. Come on, you can walk a bit faster, you know. If you're too slow, we might get found out. What are you doing here, Celeste? Oh dear me, Chris! I was just on my way to see you. That's not what I meant, or that's not what I mean. Oh, what are you, the Queen of Roland, doing here? Well, you see, Chris, you kept on going on about how wonderful Death Ride was in your letters, so I thought I'd come and see it for myself. And I'm glad I did! Demons are such kind people. All our terrible opinions of them were wrong after all. Well, this isn't anything new. Celeste was always surprising us back at home. Anyway, does the King of Roland know you're here? Celeste, don't tell me you left Roland without telling him. I left a note for him, it's fine. You don't have to worry about me. Celeste, you could start a war like that, you know. No, I couldn't. King FedEx is a really clever man. He'll know I went because I wanted to. Something happened? What do you mean? You always came in my room whenever you got upset, remember? I have a feeling you're doing the same thing right now. It's okay, you can tell me. No, don't worry, nothing bad happened. In all honesty, I was really reluctant to marry King FedEx at first. Like, he was 50 years old! But when I met him, he was actually really handsome and strong, and he doesn't look 50 at all. That's great. You'll be fine then. Oh, is he violent? No, never! He's really kind, the perfect gentleman. It's just, he's a bit too much of a gentleman. He won't make love to me. He won't? We've been married for almost 2 months now, and I've tried every trick in the book to get him into bed with me, but he doesn't react at all. Oh, am I really that unattractive? I'm King FedEx's second wife. The first one died, you see. I'm sure he's comparing me to her. Celeste, you've really fallen in love with him, haven't you? I bet you think it's weird, don't you? That I fell so deeply in love with a man 30 years older than me? No, it's not weird at all. Oh my! You mean you're... Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. My apologies for being blunt. But if King FedEx is 50 years old, then he might have physical problems preventing him from doing it. Oh! Did you remember something? Yes, I remember seeing him taking some vitamins and whatnot. Maybe that's why? Maybe he noticed your feelings and decided to do something about it. I can't believe I never noticed that. I feel so stupid now, pushing him so much without realizing I'm a terrible wife. Oh, that's right, Celeste. Can you give this to the king? What is it? It's something you can only get in Death Ride, Viagra power. I've heard from a reliable source that it's, well, quite useful at night. Oh my, really? Thank you so much, Chris. I can always count on you in my time of need. Don't worry about it. I'm just glad I could help. Well, I'll hurry back home and let my husband loose with it. I'll send you a letter detailing the results. I can't wait. I'll come see you again, so until then, be well. You too, Celeste. Come on, Hannah, we're leaving. Yes, my lady. I guess I didn't need to worry. Celeste is my sister and a woman who can live by her own wits no matter what. I wonder if Mother knew King FedEx was a perfect match for Celeste, so she... No, there's no way that's true. Mother's intuition would be unmatchable. Alright, pub. Ooh, I was so close, so bloody close. Now, Dr. Samael, you're drinking too much. I'll drink as much as I want. I was one whole step away from curing Gerard fever. Then the higher-ups said my contract was expiring, and they weren't going to finance my research anymore. I have them. I'll give them to you if you want. Why on earth would you? I just happen to have them. I'm sure LeMay guided me to see you, since your research might save thousands of lives. Can I really have them? Of course, but in exchange, make sure you get a result. Got that? Yes, of course. Oh, and you can come here this time, or can you come here this time next month? Huh? What for? As my sponsor, you have the right to be the first person to receive the cure, right? But I don't... I'll head home immediately and continue my research. Thank you so much, my friend. He might be really happy judging by how fast he ran. I'll look forward to this time next month. A whole day goes by so quickly. I should go to bed. Over here, Uncle Lizette! Whoa, wait a minute, be careful over there. It's okay. Really now, mind your feet, okay? I see you're quite popular with children. I've got a lot of little brothers and sisters at home, so I'm good at dealing with them. Wait, what are you doing here? I'm taking a break from my paperwork. I was planning on finding Chris, but it seems she went out. So you went for me instead? Actually, aren't you just giving off work? Now, I'm just taking a break. Oh, really? I am, really. Have some faith in me. Patty, it's time to go home. Mama's here. Bye-bye, Uncle Lizette. Let's play again soon, okay? If I have the time, then sure. Yay! Thank you for looking after her, Sir Lizette. We'll be off now. I know I've said this before, but you really are good with children. Yeah, like I said, I've got loads of little brothers and sisters at home. There's Philip, Mary, Tim, everything from little brats to obedient angels. I wonder how they're doing now. Your family, huh? Are they all well? Yeah, they live in a village near the border of Almanen. Both my mum and dad are fine. I see. Lord Gardus! Damn, he caught up already. I've prepared your afternoon documents and Lady Chris in your office, so please come back. Hear that? You'd better hurry back. Wait, what do you mean prepared the princess? I only asked her to help arrange the documents, don't worry. Jin, you... Now, don't look at me like that. Oh, by the way, Sir Lizette, Lady Chris was looking for you, too. She was? Then I'd better be heading back. Good idea. Take care on your way. I will, don't worry. See you. Why is he in such a hurry? I didn't even say I wanted to go back yet. Well, you need to go back soon, my lord. These documents need your imperial seal. What a pain. Jin? Yes, what is it? What would the queen do? if she knew a demon lord had taken one of her pieces. That's... Even I don't want to think about it. Death Ride, 3rd month! Looks like we're done here. I said that and glanced down at the man laying at my feet. I wanted to get it all done before the sky turned the color of dusk. I looked up again at the uncountable number of soldiers lying unconscious around the entrance to the village. Every single one of them had been well built with study? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be sturdy, battle-worn armor, but they were no match for us. Still, I'm glad we decided to visit the village today. Who knows what would have happened if we hadn't? Indeed. I glanced over at the board saying, "Welcome to Wind Village, the village of flowers," and breathed a sigh of relief. I was glad it was still standing after all that. That's one less thing to worry about. I'd been closely monitoring Wind Village since our last visit, and as a result, we'd successfully fought off the attack that destroyed it last time. If I told the demons the whole story, I could have acted a lot more openly instead of hiding behind excuses. But I couldn't have said something like, "I know the future!" They would have thought I was crazy. So, as a result, I couldn't bring along as many soldiers as I wanted. But still, thanks to my plan, I got to meet some of the best fighters in Death Ride. Like Raviel, who was standing beside me right now. He was old, but he held the title of general and had a lot of guts. I'm sorry for having you work on your holiday, Raviel. Don't worry about it. This serves as a nice appetizer to the fine wine of victory we'll enjoy afterwards. I'll be sure to treat you when the time comes. We patted each other's shoulders and laughed, praising each other's achievements like old friends. And then... Christina! Gardas! Gardas swooped down from the sky and tried to catch his breath, seemingly in a hurry. He must have flown as fast as he could after hearing about this from Jin. I heard you were attacked. Are you all right? Yes, I had Lizette and Raviel with me, so they couldn't even scratch me. Look! I turned around as proof, and Gardas let out a deep sigh. Why did you go without telling me? I could have massacred them all in an instant. I'm still a soldier myself, you know. I'm not the sort of woman who squeals and wants a man to protect her. Lizette's with me, too. He just wants to show off, though. I'm the princess's knight, and I have a duty to protect her. Your Majesty, shouldn't you be delighted that I'm safe as well? But you won't die even if you're killed, right? Now, that's not a nice thing to say to an old man like me, is it? I'm joking, don't worry. I really am glad you're safe, Raviel. Whatever. I'm probably saying his name, like, completely different from what I said last time. I don't care. I'd be furious if there was so much as a scratch on you. Anyway, Chris, even if it was by chance you managed to protect the village, well done. Thank you. His cheerful eyes met mine for a moment. Huh? Is that... There was something gleaming from the forest behind us. I quickly pushed Gardas away and rushed forward. Acting as a barrier between him and the threat. But at the same time, something came flying through the air towards us. I couldn't move fast enough and it grazed my arm, sending a sharp pain up my shoulder and making me grimace. Princess! Christina? The gleaming light had been an arrowhead, which was now stuck in a tree behind us. Had I not pushed Gardas away, it would have flown straight through him. There's still some soldiers left? I placed my palm against my wound. There was blood, but not much, so I was safe for now. I could still beat up that archer without even trying. But as I made to rush forwards, Gardas held his arm out to stop me while Lizette gripped my shoulders from behind. Huh? That bastard, a mere lowlife like that. How dare he harm the princess? Their voices were laced with fury, fierce enough to scare even the god of death. Seconds later, they charged into the bushes, leaving me behind with a raviel. Wait! You should stay here, Lady Chris. I'm sure they'd prefer you to stay out of danger. But before I could finish my sentence, an ear-piercing squeal flew through the forest. It almost sounded like a pig being slaughtered. This isn't enough for scum like him. Hear, hear! I think another 100 beatings should just about suffice. Yee! Sounds like they won't kill him after all. I was still a little worried they would though, in a way. How outrageous of him. Isn't your revenge a little outrageous too? Is what I wanted to say. But they did it for me, so I wasn't sure if I had the right to. Your Majesty, are there any left? No, that man was the last. I can't sense the presence of anyone else. Where's Lizette? I think he's still beating that soldier up. I'll go stop him. I was starting to feel a bit sorry for the fake champion. Hoping that Lizette wasn't overdoing it, I went into the woods to find him. The fake champion was lying limp on the floor, crumpled like a ragged cloth. In the distance stood Lizette, staring out from the edge of the cliff, his back turned away from me. I couldn't see his expression, so I wasn't sure what he was thinking. He just stood there, firm and steady like a rock. Lizette? I called out to him, feeling uneasy. Lizette slowly turned around, the wind blowing from below the cliff, ruffling his maroon hair. His face held no expression, and I had no idea what he was thinking. What's wrong? Are you hurt, or... Back then. His voice sounded deeper than usual and carried a fierce pressure that urged me not to say anything. Lizette spoke plainly, yet his words sent a chill down my spine. I'd never seen Lizette like this before, not once in my memories. Back then, you didn't hesitate to shield Gardas. Huh? Well, of course, he's our friend now, isn't he? Friend? A thin smile spread across his lips. Confused, I tilted my head and continued speaking. What is it, Lizette? You're not angry, are you? Confused, I took a step back as Lizette walked toward me. But I was quickly cornered. As if to declare that he wouldn't let me escape, Lizette pressed his hand against the tree behind me and whispered into my ear. It wasn't out of love? Eh? For a second, I thought Lizette had realized my feelings, making my face flush bright red. But as he gazed at me through his light brown eyes, I saw them reflect an ice-cold expression. This wasn't like Lizette. In a flash, I realized his expression held nothing but pure rage, despite the smile so calmly placed on his lips. So, you love Gardas, huh? What? That's why you shielded him, right? No, not at all! I would have done the same thing whether it was you or him! Oh? The same thing? That's right, so... Why am I the same as him? I'm sure you'd be fine with either of us, whether I've got this neck ring or not. That's not true! Then choose But at that moment, his expression changed, as if his words, or the words he almost uttered, terrified him. He covered his mouth with a trembling hand and stumbled a few steps back. I'm the worst. What the hell was I saying? Lizette? Forgive me, princess. Please let me be for a bit. Need to calm myself. Wait! Don't follow me, please. I might do something terrible to you. something I could only amend with my death. Lizette! I stood there, lost for words, staring at his exhausted figure. I wanted to cheer him up, but I had no idea how I'd upset him so much. Ignorant words would only cause the opposite effect. I'd only upset him further. But Lizette's never shouted at me like that before. Lizette began to walk away, his figure blurred in the orange sunlight, as if the setting sun wanted to take him away with it, leaving me staring blankly ahead until it sank below the horizon. The refreshing sound of the bells echoed through my ears. After returning from the Wind Village, I went to the church to pray. Whenever I harmed someone, I would always go to a church and pray. It was something I'd done for a long time. As I stood in the church all by myself, I felt the ambivalence resting within me wash away. LeMay, huh? It's rare to see you in a church. Indeed, but I have something important to tell you. Couldn't he tell me later, back at the castle? I told in my head, confused. Why did he have to speak to me in a church of all places? Seeing me mentally prepare myself for the worst, Gardas gave me a weak smile. Don't worry, it isn't anything bad. Well, actually it might be bad news for you and Lizette. I think it's about time I told you the truth. I'm sure you can honestly accept it the way you are now. What is it? It wasn't like Gardas to talk in such a roundabout way. Whatever he was about to discuss was worthy of hesitation, it seemed. Feeling uneasy, I frowned and looked at him, trying to get him to hurry it up. But Gardas wasn't looking at me. He was gazing at the stained glass window near the ceiling, murmuring as if confessing a sin. The world was once peaceful, ruled by the lunar goddess and the sun god. Did you know that? Yes, I read about it in textbooks. I answered lightheartedly to his surprisingly anticlimactic setup. But melancholy clouded Gardas's face upon hearing my reply. Then, did you know that the balance of the world crumbled after the lunar goddess left? She went to the world of darkness, never to return. Balance crumbled? I repeated his words blankly, unsure what to make of them. Gardas slowly closed his eyes, hiding his dust-colored pupils from me. He breathed in deeply, as if trying to come to some kind of resolution, then began to speak again. Yes, that's right. My grandmother, the first queen of Deathrite, fixed the balance by spreading demon lords and ladies all over the world. She protected everyone. Wait, what are you talking about? My mind couldn't keep up with all the information being thrown at me. I spoke without thinking and had to take a few moments to calm myself down. Then, with a suppressed voice, I asked Gardas something. I lowered my voice because we were in a church, and because what Gardas was talking about was almost taboo. Are you saying that those demon lords and ladies have been holding up the world of light? Is it really that hard to believe? Not just in heterodoxism, but in all the other teachings of LeMay too. It said that the world was being eaten up by demons. While orthodoxism asked its followers to forgive the demons for existing, heterodoxism simply regarded them as evil, opposing the demons for their corrosion of the world. If what Gardas just said about the demon lords and ladies was true, then every single human alive would lose the very foundations of their faith. That's how deep the spiritual influence of LeMay's teachings were on humanity. I can't believe that right away, but I don't think you're lying either. After hearing my honest thoughts, Gardas looked at me and chuckled. Then, he looked over at a statue of LeMay and began to talk, his tone nostalgic. Time is a cruel thing. Everyone was grateful at first for what she did, but after a while the humans began taking the peace for granted and forgot the truth. Eventually, they started blaming natural disasters on the demon lords and ladies and began to hunt them. As the demons began to die out, the quality of the humans' lives began to worsen, but instead of ceasing their senseless slaughter, they claimed to be under a demon's curse, and started pursuing us even further. How ironic. In other words, the history I'd been taught as a human was completely wrong. Nobody would have thought that us humans, who were trying to save the world, had already been saved by the demons instead. Even though I was currently on the demon's side, I couldn't accept something like that so easily. Everything I thought I knew about the world had been turned upside down. I began to wonder if everything before my eyes was just an illusion. I'd come this far believing in myself, so what could I do now? The answer was obvious, of course. I didn't need to ask anything. Ever since I'd begun to doubt the teachings of heterodoxism, I'd been preparing myself for something like this in the corner of my heart. Accepting Gardus's words would mean that I was the evil one, not the demons. As the faces of all the people I'd killed appeared in my mind's eye, the trembling in my fingers began to spread. I couldn't keep calm anymore. I clenched my fists and cried out, my head bowed low. If everything I thought I knew was fake, then what am I supposed to believe in? Not all of it was fake. Lizette, were you here this whole time? Yeah, sorry Gardus, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. It's fine, I know you're here to make up with Chris. That wit of yours is too sharp sometimes. Well, what are you waiting for? Do you want me to do it instead? I'm not that bad at talking. I can do without your help. Thanks. Well, this third wheel shall take his leave then. Lizette, I'm sorry about my insolence at Wind Village, Princess. Please forgive me for overstepping my boundaries and acting inappropriately as your retainer. You don't have to be so formal, Lizette. But it's a fact. I'm nothing more than your servant, Princess. I felt like those words had just built a wall between us. I bowed my head, suddenly feeling lonely, causing Lizette to relax his expression. Then he said to me in his usual gentle voice, That's right. Just like my admiration for you, my princess, will never waver. The fact that people care for one another will never change either. I'm sure the world has just twisted in the wrong direction and needs you to set it straight again, Princess. Even if the world is covered in lies, there's still plenty of real, genuine things. Princess? Whether his voice was cold or gentle, Lizette only spoke to me as his mistress. That and only that. I wondered if he was still angry, but his face showed nothing of the sort. Then why? Don't tell me. That confession way back then was just a delusion. If things kept going like this, I wouldn't be able to hold back my tears. I turned away from him, biting my lower lip. Let's go back, Lizette. Yes. I wanted nothing more than to be by his side, but his voice forced a wedge between us. It hurt so much. I couldn't handle that pain. So tomorrow's the day off in the Demon Kingdom, huh? I should go to sleep. Holiday night. But I'm gonna leave this episode here. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!